Have you ever wondered how wars used to be fought way back in history? It turns out that certain inventions have totally transformed the way battles and conflicts are waged. From things like powerful tanks to small but game-changing gadgets, these inventions have had a huge impact on warfare. In this video, we're going to dive into 10 of these groundbreaking inventions and explore how they've shaped the course of history. Join us as we take a journey through time to discover the incredible innovations that changed warfare forever. Number 10. Barbed wire. Barbed wire completely transformed warfare by creating a powerful barrier that slowed down and blocked enemy movement. Before barbed wire, soldiers could move more freely across battlefields. But when barbed wire came into play, it became incredibly challenging to advance because the wire was difficult to cut or get through. This gave defenders a significant advantage, as they could set up defensive lines with much greater ease. It forced attackers to become more creative in finding ways to breach these obstacles, which led to the development of new tactics and weapons. The simplicity and cost-effectiveness of barbed wire also played a massive role in changing warfare. It was relatively easy to produce and deploy, making it accessible to armies of all sizes. Moreover, the impact of barbed wire extended beyond the battlefield. It changed the way military engineers and strategists thought about fortifications. It wasn't just about building tall walls anymore. Now, wire entanglements could slow down an enemy's advance and provide more time to mount a defense. This shift in mindset influenced the design of defensive structures and strategies, emphasizing the importance of obstacles and defenses that could disrupt and delay attackers. Number 9. The Haber-Bosch process. The Haber-Bosch process is a big deal in the world of chemistry. It got its name from two German scientists who thought it up around 1909 to 1910. Basically, it's a way to mix nitrogen and hydrogen together to make ammonia. This ammonia is super useful because it's used to create things like fertilizers that help plants grow better. Now here's the cool part. This process changed things a lot. It made all kinds of fertilizers possible all around the world. And when that happened, more food could be grown, which meant the world's population started to grow really fast. So, the Haber-Bosch process is like the secret ingredient behind the growth in how many people there are on the planet. But there's another side to this story. The process turned out to be really handy for making things explode, like weapon. So when the First World War was happening, Germany used the Haber-Bosch process to make nitrates, which are important for both food and weapons. The interesting thing is, Germany was kind of cut off from other sources of nitrates because of a blockade by the British. But thanks to this process, they had their own way to get nitrates and keep their war going for more than 4 years. Number 8. Morse code. Before Morse code, telling important things to faraway people during wars was super hard. People had to use flags and shout or use loud sounds to talk from a distance. This took a lot of time, and sometimes messages got mixed up or lost. Then, Morse code came along. It's like a secret language with dots and dashes that stands for letters and numbers. People used this code with telegraphs, which are like early phones. With Morse code, messages could go really fast across long wires. This helped soldiers and leaders talk to each other quickly. Because of Morse code, communication became way faster during wars. Soldiers could tell their leaders important stuff really quickly. This helped them work together better in battles and make decisions faster. It was a really big deal because it changed how people fought wars by making communication much faster and more effective. Number 6. Penicillin. Before penicillin, when soldiers got hurt in battles, they often got infections that could be really bad. Infections are when germs get inside the body and make it sick. Back then, there were no good ways to treat these infections, so many soldiers ended up really sick, or even dying from them. But then came penicillin. It's like a super strong medicine that can kill the bad germs causing infections. It's kind of like an army that fights against the germs in the body. This was a game changer in wars because it meant that soldiers who got hurt had a much better chance of surviving. Before penicillin, a simple wound could turn deadly, but with penicillin, infections could be treated and soldiers could heal faster. During World War II, penicillin was used a lot to help soldiers who were injured. It saved countless lives and made a big difference in how wars played out. Soldiers could recover faster, and doctors had a better chance of helping them get better. So you can see why penicillin is often considered one of the best things ever invented for warfare. It turned the tide for injured soldiers by fighting off infections and giving them a better shot at coming back strong. Number 5. the domestication of horses. The domestication of horses stands out as one of the most significant inventions that had a profound impact on the way wars were fought. Long, long ago, before people figured out how to tame and use horses, battles and conflicts were a lot different. People had to walk everywhere, and moving armies or supplies took a really long time. It was slow and tough, especially when it came to carrying heavy things or moving across large areas. But then, something amazing happened. Humans learned how to domesticate horses. Domestication is like making wild animals friendly and useful to people. When people domesticated horses, it was a game changer for warfare. Horses are strong and fast animals, so using them in battles and conflicts was a smart move. Soldiers could ride horses and cover long distances way faster than on foot. This made armies more mobile and flexible. Imagine warriors riding horses into battles. They could move quickly and surprise enemies. Horses also gave soldiers an advantage in battles, allowing them to charge at opponents with more force. This changed the way wars were fought, making battles more dynamic and changing strategies. Horses also helped with transporting supplies, making it easier to move food, weapons, and other important stuff to where it was needed. The invention of horse domestication also led to new types of soldiers, like cavalry. Cavalry soldiers were the ones who rode horses into battles. They were a powerful force that could change the outcome of conflicts. Battles became a mix of foot soldiers and cavalry, adding a whole new dimension to warfare. So when we think about inventions that changed warfare, the domestication of horses definitely stands out as one of the most game-changing ones. It sped up battles, made armies more flexible, and opened up new possibilities for conquering territories and waging wars. Number 4, radar. Radar, a technology that changed the face of warfare, brought about a massive shift in how conflicts were conducted. Imagine a time when battles were often influenced by surprise attacks from the enemy. Before radar, it was really hard to detect incoming threats like enemy airplanes or ships in the dark or bad weather. This made defense quite challenging because there was little time to prepare and respond. Then, along came radar, a revolutionary tool that could see things that were far away and even hidden from sight. Radar works by sending out signals, like invisible waves, that bounce off objects and return as echoes. By analyzing these echoes, radar can determine the distance, speed, and direction of objects, like airplanes or ships. This meant that military forces could detect incoming attacks much earlier than before. Radar had a massive impact during World War II. Imagine aircraft radar helping pilots spot enemy planes in the sky, giving them time to prepare or take evasive actions. Shipborne radar systems helped naval vessels detect enemy ships, submarines, or even low-flying aircraft, reducing the element of surprise and enabling better defense strategies. Radar also played a crucial role in air defense. Ground-based radar systems could track enemy planes from a distance, guiding anti-aircraft weapons to target them accurately. This level of early warning and precision targeting transformed the way air defenses were operated, increasing the effectiveness of protecting cities and military installations. Furthermore, radar helped with navigation. In the past, navigation at night or in bad weather was challenging, but radar allowed pilots and ships to see through these obstacles, making travel safer and more reliable. This was especially important for delivering troops, supplies, and equipment during wartime. As warfare evolved, radar technology continued to advance, contributing to more sophisticated capabilities. From identifying stealth aircraft to guiding precision-guided munitions, radar has remained a crucial tool for modern military operations. Number 3, drones. Drones, those flying machines that can be controlled from a distance, have become a game-changer in the world of warfare. Imagine this. In the past, when battles happened, people had to be physically present to gather information or carry out attacks. It was risky and sometimes really dangerous. But then came drones, and things started to change in a big way. Drones are like remote-controlled airplanes or helicopters. They can fly high up in the sky and capture images and videos of what's happening on the ground. This means that commanders and soldiers can get real-time information about the enemy's movements and positions without having to go there themselves. This kind of information is super valuable in planning strategies and making decisions during battles. Not only that, drones can also be equipped with cameras and sensors that can detect things like heat signatures or even dangerous chemicals. This makes them really useful for tasks like scouting out enemy locations or finding hidden explosives. In the past, soldiers had to risk their lives to do these tasks. But with drones, it's much safer. But the impact of drones goes beyond just gathering information. Drones can also carry out attacks. Some drones are armed with weapons that can be controlled remotely. This changes the way conflicts happen because now, instead of sending in soldiers to dangerous situations, drones can carry out precision strikes from a safe distance. This can help minimize casualties and reduce risks for soldiers. Number 2. Photography. Before photography, people relied on artists' interpretations or written descriptions to understand what happened during wars. But then came photography, and suddenly, wars could be captured in a way that was more accurate and immediate. This was a game changer in war because it allowed people to see the reality of battles and their consequences like never before. Imagine soldiers in the heat of battle, historic moments unfolding, or the landscapes that shaped conflicts. Photographers could capture these scenes and create a visual record that could be shared with people far away. This brought a level of realism that wasn't possible before. People could actually see the faces of soldiers, the destruction caused by battles, and the impact of war on the lives of civilians. Photography also made it possible to document strategies, tactics, and equipment used in warfare. Military leaders could study these photographs to learn from past battles and make better decisions. These visual records became valuable tools for training soldiers, planning strategies, and analyzing what went right or wrong during conflicts. Moreover, photography changed public perception and awareness of war. Photographs from battlefields could be published in newspapers and magazines, giving people a more direct connection to the realities of war. This played a role in shaping public opinion, influencing decisions, and sometimes even inspiring social change. The impact of photography extended beyond the battlefield. It captured the human side of war, the emotions of soldiers, the resilience of civilians, and the stories of those affected. This human element added depth to the understanding of conflicts, highlighting the personal experiences that often get lost in historical accounts. Number 1. Tanks. Before tanks, in the old days, soldiers would fight on foot or on horses, and big cannons were used. But tanks changed everything. They were like moving forts that could protect soldiers inside while they shot at the enemy. Tanks could go over rough ground, like mud and trenches, which was super hard for regular vehicles or soldiers to do. Tanks made war more mobile. Instead of being stuck in one place, soldiers inside tanks could move around quickly and surprise the enemy. This gave armies an advantage because they could attack from unexpected directions. Tanks brought a new way of fighting that changed the game. They helped break through strong enemy lines and quickly change the course of battles. People realized tanks were super important, so they started developing better and stronger ones. But like all things, there are pros and cons. Tanks helped in battles, but they also caused a lot of destruction. Some people worry about the impact tanks have on civilian areas and the environment. So, while tanks changed warfare by being tough and mobile, they also made people think about the consequences of using such powerful machines in conflicts. With this, we would like to end this video, with the hope that you liked and enjoyed it. If you like our content, make sure that you like our video. And do share your views and opinions with us in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel to receive regular videos from us, and don't forget to click the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one. Until then, peace.